Hello everyone. Um, Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to take you through some summary of my concept paper I created for my project AI project. So, and this is how. Oh, let me show you. It's so, and my project is an artificial intelligence resume parser, and again, this is a summary of my concept paper, like a brief of it. So, and by names of Moses Mogoya, for those who don't know me very soon. So I would like to start with the problem being investigated with this AI project. The fact that the problem is being investigated is that in the current situation, or in the current world we are in, there are very many people who are job seekers. We have very many job seekers at the moment, and you may find that if you want to hire someone you don't know, you have to give out a position so that people can apply for that position, and you pick the qualifying one. But sometimes they seem to be overwhelming applications, and it's very hard for someone to pick the right person. Yeah, basically that. And this is the outcome of why I'm developing Resume Parser for our current situation. So it's going to help us in very many things. As you can see, let me take you through the background of this system and its accountability. So, as I said here, several studies have concluded that the resume parsing is one of the major important factors put in place for business in gaining quality employees from all over the world. Of course, by people can apply online from wherever they can be. You get, and you may not know who is who, but they may have the skills you want. So this resume parser may help us to not only know people in our locality who know the skills, but there may be other people who are even better than them. So if they apply and they get a chance to apply and we can see they portray the skills they have, it's very easy. So there are very many types of resume parsing. There are keyword-based, grammar, status parsing. All these ones can be programmed. Can be programmed in different languages, I may say. So, but for my case, I'm to use Python language. It's a bit easier, yeah, because and it has the required libraries that the system can make an version of. It's so we also have to use the natural language. Actually, is the major background of this situation. Natural languages like speech, text does not follow strict rules of grammar. Hence, the passing of the reason cannot be solely dependent on these grid rules of vocabulary, words. No, like in this way, natural language processing help us to narrow down to the very, very smooth, like maybe even if someone is talking broken English, but still there is who you understand. So it's like natural language processing. You can process it in whichever way, even if it seems not true, you get. So for example, English in UK is very different from the English in USA in terms of formats and structure. So in this case, if you could only use dataset from UK, big error in the system can be incurred. So that's what
in the chat box. We will be able to see it. First of all, Mr. Thank you so much for hosting this session. Yeah, our second year class. Yeah, we have two guys next week, so the Attendance University Wednesdays session.
Yeah, so that's it. So if you only use UK, US in terms of format structures in case, so you may lie into a big error in the AI system. So you try to mix. So the significance of this resume parser, I simplify. I'm going to narrow it down to uh, what's time. It's it's time saving and also reserve resources, and it's very also interesting to work with. In case the algorithm works properly, it is actually very nice to work with. Yeah, I would recommend it. I myself, I would recommend it. I myself would recommend it. So resume passing is software used to structure and organize the submitted resumes in response to the job listing. So it actually also helps us to filter down, to narrow down the very eligible and very qualifying applicants. Yeah, you may land on someone with very good skills and even better than your expectations. Uh, the methodology, that's the process we are going to go through to develop our model. We have the first step is data collection, data cleaning, model training, testing, model evaluation, and explainable AI, and that's simply deploying. So let me take you in a brief through though they are explainable. Data collection is the same of collecting data. Of course, we know AI, the major importance is data. We need data for it to function. So we need data for it to function. And for my case, these are going to be different forms of applications. Data cleaning. So data cleaning is like filtering out the data you want, like checking whether the data you want has all the features you need for your algorithm to function. Then modeling is like coming out with the model, like designing your model patterns, what's like coding majorly. So, and you go to model training. That's when you start feeding your algorithm with this data you've cleaned and collected. And finally, and last but not least is testing. Testing out to use also data, but this data must be different from the training data. So there are different types of data. As I said before, there are different types of data. There is what we call the training data and the testing data. The testing data has to be unseen. Like it should be very new to the model for testing. Yeah, this model shouldn't have seen it before. And model deploying is simply embedding the system into, yeah, model deploying maybe embedding your system into maybe a website or anything. Yeah, like for my case, I have to embed it in like a website so that when people submit their applications there, they are filtered, put in the database, whatever, and ranked. So someone may ask what's the scope. The scope is like to design a working algorithm, categorize my resumes, like what my model should do. Yeah, and shortlist the eligible applicants for the hiring team to make the final say. That's actually my scope. It won't do so much. And the research question: how can really an organization, my research questions, but like the things I asked myself before I started this project, like how can really organization get best use of its applicants for a particular job and get really eligible and good qualifying employees? In that case, I meant that if people applied and these applications are many, how will I pick? How is it possible for me to pick the right one and the eligible one with the qualities I need and whatever? So another question was, can the resume parser system be bypassed by the applicants? I found out that it can be, but really if it is actually, it's like yuck. If someone puts whatever they are not in a resume parser, so it actually comes back to you because you reach a job place and you have to actually showcase those skills, and it's like a queue. It's a queue to yourself. Does the model satisfy the legal requirements? Doesn't it like leak people's information outside there? Yeah, it has to be. So my hypothesis, it is hypothesized that the resume parser system are to be deployed by organization and align most of their employees besides scanning through their resumes. Yeah, and my data description, finally, there are almost two categories: testing data and validating data. Sorry, it must be training datasets. And for my case, the algorithm has to be tested and also validated. And this dataset of mine is to be in form of applications. Yeah. And of course, the views of natural processing. For those of you who would like to read more about resume passing, I have very many references here, over 12. Yeah, very many references. I have them here. I'm going to put some in my description so you'll be able to check out. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.